Hi everyone, in this video we'll be talking about GDPR, the General Data Protection Regulation, and looking at six major cases where companies violated its provisions. I'll go through the details of each case, the issues involved, the rulings, and of course my takeaway from everything. So let's start. So uh, here are the cases. So look at six EU cases that violates privacy laws. So what is the case all about? So first, at the core of each is a violation of GDPR, which is the EU's Europe framework for protecting personal data. GDPR ensures that organizations handle personal data responsibly, whether it's online or offline, and safeguards people's privacy. These cases highlight how some businesses failed to comply, leading to severe consequences like fines and reputational damages. So let's start with uh, with the first case. So first is the British Airways. The case of British Airline in June 2018. Hackers managed to redirect the airline's website to a fake page, stealing personal data of around 500,000 customers. This include login credentials, travel details, and even credit card information. So this happens in British, UK pala. Then second is the Marriott International Hotel. Over 300 million customers data. Uh, 300 million customers data was exposed due to a breach in their system. This includes sensitive details like credit card numbers, passport numbers, and birth dates. What's worse, over 30 million of these customers were Europe residents. So next is Google. We are all familiar with. In 2019, Google wasn't directly involved in a data breach, but it was fined for being a non-transparent about how it processes users' data. Their statements about data handling were unclear and hard to access. They also didn't properly obtain consent for using people's data in targeted advertising campaigns, especially in Play Store where your other devices can be seen without your permission. So next is Austrian Post. In early 2019, so the Austrian Post Office was found selling data about their consumers, including their political preferences. It's a clear GDPR violation because such data should never be used or shared without proper consent. So for number five, uh, the case is all about Getch one. I can't pronounce. So for this one, the real estate company kept consumers' data for longer than necessary without any legitimate reason, holding on to personal information purpose. Uh, without purpose, breaches GDPR rules on data retention. And lastly, One and One Telecom. It is a German telecom company that failed to protect its customers' data due to a poor authentication processes. For example, someone could retrieve sensitive information just by providing a name and birth date over their phone. So, what are the the issues in the case? So, the issues here are that the company is failing to protect their consumers' data from breaches, as in with British Airways and Marriott. They lack transparency about data processing for Google and selling consumers' data without their consent, like what the Austrian Post did, and retaining personal data longer than necessary, which uh, which is the this company. Where is it? This company have violated and poor authentication standards in modern time. for one-and-one telecom case. So these issues they highlight the gaps in how organizations fail to protect sensitive information and how they failed to comply with GDPR's strict standard. So what are the rulings of the EU or the Europe in those cases? So for British Airways, uh, EU fined them by 204.6 million euros for exposing their sensitive data. Marriott International, 110.3 million euros for a large-scale data breach. For Google, it was 50 million euros for not providing a transparent on how they process their data. And Austrian Post, they are fined by 18.5 million euros for selling voters' data. The company I can't pronounce is 14.5 million euros for not letting go of their data. And for one-and-one telecom, 9.5 million euros for inadequate security measures. These are the rulings that were meant to show how that they have violated GDPR rules and it should be taken seriously, and the fines, which are a large amount of money in millions. So let's move on to the last one, which are what are the takeaways. So we should always comply to our customers. So companies need to invest in better systems and practice to they have to practice the GDPR standards. So you must always protect your customers or your people's private data or personal data. Transparency matters. People needs has to know what you are cooking behind in the company. They need to know what are you doing. So it's not enough to have policies. They need to be clear, accessible, and ensure that customers give informed consent. Not that their information is being taken away. So data retention policies, organization should only keep personal data for as long as necessary, not keep them. Holding onto this data without justification is both risky and illegal and a little bit suspicious. Security is a non-negotiable, so companies must have a strong authentication, especially in banks, because uh, there would be uh, it would be a big thing if some customers or customers have their money taken away. And GDPR doesn't just affect Europe, but it's a good thing that it must also be uh, implemented in other countries. So in the end, this is me. GDPR is a powerful reminder that the importance of protecting personal data is very, very crucial. So you can see how those cases, organizations or companies don't take privacy seriously. But for businesses, it's a wake up call to prioritize their compliance, be transparent, and reassure their customers that everything is okay. So far, at least in Europe, since it was only been uh, since May 2018. So that's my thoughts in this and answering the questions for the assignment. So the questions. So that's all, everyone. Thank you for watching and listening. Have a great day.